Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Wang. Here is the question. A, B, C, D are natural numbers. If a squared plus b squared times c squared plus d squared equals 1993, we want to find a plus b plus c plus d. By symmetry, we can always assume a less than or equal to b. So inside of first part, a less than or equal to b. In the second factor, c less than or equal to d. And the first factor less than or equal to second factor. Look at those locations of 4 parameters. They are symmetric. We can always assume this way. Why are we doing this? It will save our time for computation. Here, we only need to consider one situation. We don't have to consider all possible situations because the symmetry. This is the important result. 1993 is a prime number. What does this mean? This number only has 2 factors, 1 and itself, 1993. No other factors. For this given information, because this first factor is less than or second factor, we have this situation here. Based on our assumption, so first factor must be equal to 1. Second factor must be equal to 1993. Consider first result, a squared plus b squared equals 1. Here, we also assumed a less than b, a less than b. Both a and b are positive integer. So one of them must be 0. The other one is 1 because we assume a less than or equal to b. So here imply a equals 0, b equals 1. We find the 2 answers. One is for a, one is for b. We need 2 more for c and d. So what are we doing here? We use the second result, c squared plus d squared equals 1993. So here, we want to see how many possible d we need to consider. We're trying to narrow down the range, the interval for searching d. So here, we are trying to find the lower bound for d. So if d equals 31, based on our assumption, c less than or equal to d. So we can see this, c squared plus d squared less than or equal to d squared. If we replace c squared by d squared, because c less than or equal to d, so here should be less than or equal to d. This is the original d. Here we have 2d here. 2 times d is 31 squared here equals 1922, which is less than 1993. What does this mean? If d equals 91, we can imply c squared plus d squared less than 1993 cannot be equal. That means d is small. So here imply D must be bigger than or equal to 32. Otherwise, cannot be true for the equal sign. We find the lower bound for D. Next thing, we need to find the upper bound for D. If D equals 45, C squared plus D squared is bigger than or equal to 1 squared plus 45. So here, C is a natural number, it's a positive integer. The smallest value is 1. So bigger than or equal to 1 squared plus 45. 45 is D, 45 squared. This equals 2026, which is bigger than 1993. This implies if D equals 45, C squared plus D squared is bigger than 1993. Equal sign cannot be true. So we imply D must be less than or equal to 44. So in summary, we find the range, the lower bound and the upper bound for D. D equals 32, 33 until 44. So only one solution satisfies the equation. D equals 43, then solve this equation. You will find C equals 12. Plug in 43 here, you can find a C. How to solve this? You have to go one by one. It's time consuming. I cannot find a shortcut to do this. You have to check. If you check from the big one to the small one, you're lucky. Second one, you will find the answer. Then you have to check if this is the only solution. So here, we find this is the only solution. D equals 43, C equals 12. C squared plus D squared equals 1993. We find the C and the D. In addition to the two answers for A equals 0, B equals 1, we have our conclusion. A plus B plus C plus D equals 0 plus 1 plus 12 plus 43, which is 56. 56 is the answer. Thanks for watching and see you next time.